I will show you next is more the live experiment. You know, when we put this on the live, on phase contrast microscopy, so because it's live, you know, it's easier to follow up. So, and what are the two models we have? It shows. First, we have used a technique called the art of divine light, Tsukuyo Mahikari. Why we have used this approach? Because, you know, since I am in Hawaii, I'm exposed more to this approach in Quebec. If I was in Quebec, I would probably have done a prayer group before and after. Before I show you the result, you know, let me tell you something. The idea here is not to compare, you know, which one is working better. No. The idea here, I choose one without any device. Why? Because it's to show you, you know, the importance of intention and how, you know, even the healer can have a positive effect on the blood. Very important. If, you know, just by giving light or, you know, or by your intention, how you relate, already, you know, in the saddle, you can have an effect on the client. So we have compared this to a session of quantum biofeedback that you will see in a minute. And we have done, you know, before, during, and after to see how blood changed when we are doing this kind of experimentation. So it's pretty amazing the result we have got. But both have shown this kind of improvement on the dry blood before and after. Okay, so what we will look now when we look at in phase contrast, you know, we will look, you know, let me show you some of the slide here. So what is important for us is how the red cells are shaped. What you see here, you know, this little ball here that, by the way, they have more donut shape than they are round. These are red cells. So, and when you have a lack of nutriment in the blood, or you have a lot of oxidation, the membrane are very fragile, and it can be oxidized very easily, and then start to show some bump here, and then later on can even shrink. And there is a different name for that, but you know, I will this morning that I will leave you without these names. You know, acanthocyte and kinocyte and so on. So, and if I'm doing is okay, then I should see the integrity of the membranes and be restored. That will tell me, hey, here I have reversed some oxidative mechanism. There's something going on here. And I was also look at the white cell because they're also very sensitive to different kinds of energy. The white cell, we will see, are much more live and moving when they are healthy, sluggish, you know, when the immunity is going slow, is weak. So here is the first setup of experiment. And thank you to my dear student, Dr. Melissa Yee. She's a doctor in acupuncture. She's also a student in the school. And Barbara was the subject. Barbara, she just she just graduated as a doctor in alternative medicine a month ago. And she offered her to, you know, to be our subject for experiment. So you see here in the background, Dr. Melissa Yee is giving the light, what we call divine light. Art is an art teaching that comes from Japan. It's taught now all over the world. And many of you are familiar to other technique of quantum touch or Reiki. That would be also interesting to look at, but you know, that was for us set up that was available. So, and she holding the hands, and this over her head, and then she will do also the kidney. The session will last for about 20 minutes, and then at the same time I'm looking at the blood. But let's see here, this drop here, something will be going on, even though, you know, we are, she's doing this on her. Why? Because there is an entanglement, you know, with her blood on the microscope, and also there is a non-local phenomena. So you see, if I don't have these two principles, how can I make sense of all this? Some people will say, oh, you know, that's impossible. You know, you cannot frame this experiment in the standard model of the actual science. You can't. Nothing makes sense. But now with this principle of non-locality entanglement, something is possible. So let's see what's happening. So this is before. So BJ, I forgot to sell you. Now is it moving? So I have to click another time. Right? Okay, now it's moving. So BJ just finished a diet, lost 40 pounds, and then, she was lacking of nutriment. Then we're not surprised to see this kind of blood at this time. So what I'm seeing here, you see the red cells are not very well shaped. There's some are bumping, as I said. So some. Is it oxidation of lack of nutriment? I would probably put this more on the lack of nutriment. The white cells are sluggish. It's very hard to show me where they are, but if you see, they are probably in the middle top of the picture. It's kind of a dark spot. And then you will see at the right bottom, there is kind of a little fiber net. This goes with liver stress, and this is very also common with diet under 1,000 calories. So, this blood can be absolutely related to someone who just finished a diet, 40 pounds, and has some type of liver stress, poor nutrition, lack of nutriment, lack of fatty acid probably, and a little bit lazy white cell. So now we go next. And now we start to give light. And you see already the white cell will start to speed up. And I will do the same observation with the other experiment we will have. The white cell now, because now you see it's going on. It's live, So you see we're not faking this experiment. The white cell respond very well. The red cell, are very hard to reverse because the drop I'm looking now is under the microscope. So, but now if I'm going the step after that, so what's coming after? So then now what we took after 20 minutes, we took another drop of blood and see how looked the blood after this 20 minutes of session. So, we are very amazed. First, the white, cleaner, no fiber net, red cell integrity of the membrane was much, much better. So we could see that actually, there was a reverse of the situation. So very striking improvement. And if you put all three together, this is what it given. So the first was before, at the top left corner, during, and after. So something is going on. Something is going on here.